Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and uncover a pretty shocking financial truth. Millions of Americans who look like they're living the ultimate American dream are actually living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it completely flips our traditional understanding of wealth totally on its head. So let's look at exactly how this happens.
Picture this number in your bank account every year. For decades, earning $100,000 was the golden ticket. It meant you'd finally made it. You could afford a nice house, a new SUV in the driveway, umbrella drinks on those family vacations, and best of all, absolutely zero money problems.
But here's the crazy reality hiding behind those 6 zeros. Millions of Americans making that exact salary are barely scraping by, just weighed down by invisible chains. In fact, a lot of these higher earners actually have less money saved up than someone earning just $45,000 a year. How is that even mathematically possible? Well, it really comes down to the biggest financial trap currently and quietly destroying the middle class.
Section 1. The six-figure illusion. It's just so easy to feel the squeeze right now. Just look at the heavy cloud of costs hanging over our heads today. Housing prices have absolutely exploded. Groceries? They cost a fortune compared to just a couple years ago. Your insurance premiums keep climbing. And don't even get me started on how incredibly expensive healthcare and college tuition have become. Even people with fantastic high-paying careers feel like they're sprinting on a treadmill just to stay in place. The sheer volume of these rising everyday costs creates this psychological and financial overwhelm that just eats up every single extra dollar.
So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here for this explainer is simple but profound. Making more money doesn't automatically solve your financial problems. A high income is a great tool, sure, but without the right underlying habits, that money just slips right through your fingers, or straight down the drain.
Section 2. Beware lifestyle inflation.
Let's look at a really relatable example. Meet Jake. Jake gets a massive promotion and his salary shoots from $60,000 all the way to $100,000. Cue the confetti, right? But check out the chaos that follows. Jake immediately buys a luxury truck, upgrades to a massive house, finances expensive new furniture to fill it, eats out almost every single day, adds 5 different streaming subscriptions, and starts taking lavish vacations funded entirely by credit cards. So within 12 months, Jake is richer on paper, but is actually poorer in reality because his spending perfectly, dollar for dollar, absorbed his new income. This is the textbook definition of a silent wealth killer. When people make more money, their natural reflex is to simply spend more money. But when you use a hard-earned raise just to inflate your lifestyle, you aren't building wealth. You are literally just upgrading your bills. You stay stuck in the exact same financial position, just surrounded by flashier things. Section 3. The quiet debt trap. You see, the modern financial system is designed to silently feed on this exact tendency. It's brilliant at making everything feel affordable. We live in a world of painless spending, buy now, pay later, and incredibly easy financing that acts like the perfect bait. But notice the trap waiting underneath all those rewards. When you carry thousands of dollars in credit card debt to fund an inflated lifestyle, that compounding interest snaps shut. Every single month, that interest grows, making absolutely sure the bank gets richer while you stay completely immobilized in an endless cycle of monthly payments.
Knowing the critical difference here changes everything about how you handle money. The wealthiest people buy assets. They acquire things that actually put money back into their pockets. Everyone else? They finance liabilities. They basically carry buckets with huge holes in them, pouring their hard-earned cash straight down the drain. Knowing the difference between the two is really your only escape route from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle.
Section 4. The true wealth formula. It's time to shift from just earning and spending to the actual mathematical secret of keeping and growing your money. Because rich people don't simply earn more money, they put their money to work. Literally, they make it do the heavy lifting in the background. Imagine doing just this, investing $500 consistently every single month, year after year. It's about patient, consistent investments, basically treating your money like a little employee whose only job is to go out and make more money. And consistency is where the magic happens. Time is your absolute greatest investment advantage. With consistent growth, that $500 a month builds serious momentum over 10 years. By 20 years, you have a solid financial foundation. And by 30 years, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars. It rewards patience, not luck. Waiting even 10 years to let this compound interest work can cost you way more than you can imagine. Section 5. Habits of the wealthy. So if real wealth isn't driving a luxury truck or wearing a fancy watch, what exactly does it look like in practice?
Well, research shows that actual millionaires rely on some incredibly unglamorous habits rather than chasing flash-in-the-pan trends. They automate their savings, so a piece of every paycheck is hidden away immediately before they can spend it. They invest consistently through the good times and the bad. They ruthlessly avoid unnecessary debt, they actively live below their means, and they honestly just never stop learning.
That really gets right to the heart of the matter. Real wealth isn't a theater production you put on for your neighbors. It's freedom. The freedom to choose your work, to retire comfortably exactly when you want to, and the freedom to spend your time with your family instead of clocking in for overtime just to pay off a credit card bill. The road to financial freedom is built entirely on keeping more of what you make.
It all boils down to this choice. If your spending simply grows with your income, nothing actually changes. You're just sweating it out on the treadmill with nicer shopping bags. But if your investing grows with your income, you strap a rocket to your financial trajectory. You aren't just upgrading your lifestyle, you are actively upgrading your future.
So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought today. The concepts we've covered reveal a very clear choice. The next time you get a raise, what will you do? How will you use this knowledge to ensure your next paycheck actually buys your freedom, rather than just financing another trap? Because remember, financial freedom belongs to those who keep their money, not just those who make it.